Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's. I was going to say cash flow digital, but it's not. My head's all over the place. Q&A session with Mr. Chris Palmer. The channel is sponsored by ODYS. If you're interested in affiliate marketing and you're looking to get the upper hand with an Edge domain name, then do check out the marketplace. They have some decent deals on there. And you can get £100 sign-up bonus using the link below. Also, check out Mr. Chris Palmer on on YouTube. Fucking hell, sorry. I'm also dying here, guys. So, yeah, I'm also dying, but I'll try and hold it together for the next hour. So if you do have questions, put them in the chat and we will answer them. But yeah, what I was saying, check out Chris Palmer's channel as well. He's got a lot of good stuff going on there. Very, very frequent poster as well. So go and grab whatever knowledge bombs he's dropping. But yeah, before we go into any questions, Chris, your talk went down really well at the SEO Underground. So I just thought I'd let you know that. Not sure if Paul gave you the feedback, but yeah, I think your talk went down really well. Some good nuggets in there. So yeah, man, you've done a grand job. That's the first time I've seen you speaking out with this show properly. So you've done well, man.
Thanks.
And the audience really loved it as well. So yeah, good job on that, mate. We also have Fred Hutterson, Ryan Durrani in the gym. He's probably just sitting in the gym, eating a burger or some shit.
Eating a burger in the gym.
Adam Poland, I met at the event last week. Good to see him. Holly Starks, good to see you, Holly. Marco, if it's the right Marco, I think. You were also at the event. Everyone was slagging you, though, for the educational purposes.
It's all education or testing.
Marco's saying, reiterating what I said, great talk at SEO Underground, Chris. Stephen Stewart saying good afternoon. Stefan, I'm not even going to try and say your surname, Stefan. Prohinishti.
He knows his name.
You know your name.
Yeah.
Glennart and Mr. Mark Flanagan. So hope you're all well. And Stephen Stewart, can't remember if I said your name or not. But anyway, guys, put your questions in the chat and let us know what's going on. But Chris, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
You know, me and Mr. William Jones, who may be watching, have had our differences in the past, but I see him rolling out some good stuff, and you're doing some videos with him. I seen Holly's doing some stuff with him, man. So, yeah, is William Jones someone?
He loves you, man.
Yeah. Well, I like William. We've had the differences. We've had the differences, and probably more my fault than William's. I probably flew off the handle, and
maybe I don't know.
Someone said something, but yeah, I see you doing stuff with William on GMBs and shit. So it's good to see that happening, and good to see bridges not being burnt; they're being built back up. So do check out William Jones. He's doing some good, solid videos as well. And Holly Starks was telling me that he's teaching her stuff that she didn't know. So I'm going to have to take a peek in there myself and see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, he's got some neat little. He's got some other stuff that maybe I'm sure Holly too glanced over, and it's pretty good. He's got some decent little hacks, I'll say. Yeah,
that's what we all want, though. It's those little fucking hacks that make a difference. I won't ask you to disclose any of those hacks.
Right.
Here to do it, but check them out over on William's channel, guys. Theo, you have a pack of Lemsip. I need more than Lemsip, man. I'm fucking dying. And Ken Diamond, good afternoon. So, guys, questions, put them in here. But Chris, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to kick off with a question. In fact, Holly Starks is saying we're waiting for you to go over the embed network, Chris.
I know. Another piece.
Oh, man. There's just pieces all over the fucking place.
I know it becomes I probably have a list of things. I'm like, man, I want to do this and this and this.
Holly, can you confirm if I signed up for the Embed Network? I'm pretty sure I did, but I meant to, and I'm almost positive I did, but I can't remember. So can you please let me know? Anyway, Chris, so the knowledge bomb that you were dropping last week, the pin drops and all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to go over it in too much detail because I'm sure people will still be making a lot of money through it. But realistically, one of the most common questions people were asking after the talk was does that shit actually work on a regular basis? What's the percentage of them working?
Yeah, that's a whole nother ball game. So I think as long as you do the follow-up work, that's like more so like citations, maybe issue a press release. Like if we're talking about the pin drop specifically, or the verifies.
No, because obviously when you're doing a pin drop, you're not verifying it.
Right.
But like people were saying, like, do you need to do 10 of them for one to stick, or the 5 out of 10 stick? Like, what the fuck is the kind of ratio there?
Well, if you want them to stick, then you just have to put a little bit of money behind it. So, like, generally a citation or a press release will get that done. You know, like citations, especially the top 6, maybe top 12 places, your Montas, your MapQuests, places like that. If you do all that legwork, or even beforehand, they will stay. And 2, it depends on if somebody outs you. Because if you do enough of the legwork, like I have one that I showed for when we were doing our Vegas thing, and they closed it on me. They took it off, and I went back and added it, and Google put it back. So as long as you get enough up there, like enough citations, and 2, like citations, I don't mean like go buy some 200 from like say Fiverr or something, but like blog comments are great citations, you know?
Yeah. No, interesting. Holly, I'm also still sure I signed up for the Embed Network. Because you put out a post a couple of weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure I signed up for it. But if I haven't, I will definitely sign up tonight because it was on my to-do list, and I'm pretty sure you dropped me a link. So,
and the percentage. Honestly, I'd say 6 out of 10 if you do the legwork, Craig.
Yeah. So I was just curious because a lot of people did come up to me and they were asking, and I don't claim to be a pin dropper or anything like that. It's not really my bag. But yeah, it is what it is. But some good knowledge bombs there, and anyone else who was there, Adam Poland and stuff will verify. It was a decent event, good for networking. Adam was certainly motivated by what a lot of people had to say. So yeah, it was decent, man. It was decent. So other than, I think most other people that came from the event are all dying with whatever bug I've got, COVID or otherwise, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, everyone caught a fucking bug there.
Damn.
So there you go. But guys, do put the questions in. You're slow off the mark with questions. Stephen Stewart, you must have loads of affiliate questions. And there's a whole bunch of other people. Give us your questions. So we can pick Chris's brains. But Chris, what is new anyway with yourself? What are you finding? What you get your teeth into now?
I mean, I'm just I was playing around with. I kind of like went a little bit with what Holly was doing, but a little bit different. With a lot, I had quite a few phones, and we were trying to remotely control them. And I was able to successfully accomplish the goal, but it's very slow. So what I was trying to do was launch a network that was based on physical devices and control them remotely. And I went through the process, tested it, and it was all working good. But to be able to do it at scale, it's very slow. Unless you're rich, I guess. Maybe you could pull it off. So we went a new route with what we learned and all the hurdles. I learned a lot along the way to be able to do it successfully, but in a different way. So I've been working on that. So that's really what I've been working on. That's it, man. That's about it. And some clients that I have, I've been picking up some slower clients lately, performance-based stuff. that's it. Rocking out with talking to the NFG guys. Hopefully get something going over there. See what they have rolling as far as maybe they might have some opportunity, maybe. So I might do something with them, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah.
Definitely within their NFG group, but maybe they might have other opportunities too. So I don't know, man. That's it. Working.
Give me 2 secs, guys. Actually, I'm just going to go and grab a microphone because people are saying my echo is really bad. 2 secs, just to grab it.
Through my speaker? You think so? It could be this picking it up.
So I will sign up, Holly. I signed up for Holly's RSS feed, not the other network. So I will sign up after this, Holly.
Can you guys hear this?
So is the echo different now, guys? Wait a second. Wait a second. Camera and mic. Audio. Hopefully. Is that better, guys?
Sounds different for sure.
Yeah, I'll do that. I was just too lazy because I'm fucked to go and get my microphone. But questions are now coming in. What's your experience with Black Friday? I'm thinking of setting up a funnel and running paid ads. Best or worst niches you've worked on. So, Chris, you have done a few Black Fridays now since I've started speaking to you. What I'll say first off, Stephen, is my mind was fucking blown the first time I done a Black Friday. I just did not believe the amount of money you could make. So let me give you a little bit of a story. So I went to Brighton and I was selling a training course for $500, which I thought was good value. No one bought the motherfucker. Too pricey. I sold it on Black Friday for $79. Just took a wild gamble because I was pissed off and I thought, fuck it, put it on Black Friday. And we in the office were sitting refreshing PayPal constantly. We need 40 grand in one day on one course. So the echo's back. What the fuck? Give me a second. Is that better, guys?
I moved it's definitely not on my end. I turned on the echo cancellation. I turned it down.
Yeah, I've done the same. Guys, let me know if that echo's still there. But Chris, what is your experience with Black Friday? Worst niches, or what's your overall experience with it?
The only thing other than like my own personal stuff or training, or I did some like SEO tool stuff, like out of that space was coupons. Where during Black Friday, if they were usually doing a 20% off, maybe for this particular just this week or just this month, it'll be 40 or 50. We've had great success with that. But I don't have too much more experience other than with very particular couponing sites and different types of offers. But there is a surge as far as running the paid traffic. Because the percentages, it's not like a lead where, I don't know if that would make sense because there's going to be a lot of other people. Prices are going to increase. I don't know how that would work unless you have something really good or something that's very high margin for your end. I don't know if that would make sense. But also, too, everybody else that's doing Black Friday is ahead of you. They probably already have established pages. They probably already have established, I would get established and set it up now. I don't think you're going to have a big hit this time, but next time around you might. Because most of the people, those pages, like those guys that have the Black Fridays, when you go check, it's the same sites, really. They're still there, So it's something I noticed, actually.
If you Google Black Friday SEO deals, I'm up there. And always make a few quid from selling other people's products, which is always good. You don't always have to do the legwork yourself, so you can sell other people's shit and make a decent wedge from it. So there's a million different ways you can angle this. I don't think there's any best or worst niche if you make money. And, people are looking for a bargain. You have to get your head around people want deals. They're not interested in anything else. So as long as you can get that bargain, the price point right, while still making a reasonable margin, you're going to get volume. So, it's definitely worth trying out, but it might be too late for this year because I think you also have to get some of your own rankings and shit. Not sure I would run paid ads at it. Not sure how effective that would be, but because people are looking for a deal, I'm not sure it warrants, unless you're getting something like a course, and it literally costs you nothing to give it away, then so be it. But depends what you're selling, man. But Jason McLaughlin, could you drop some affiliate niche ideas? He's looking at testing it out with Holly's network. So, Chris, I know you're not going to drop super affiliate ideas as such because that would be crazy, but how can we understand your thought process when you're looking for affiliate ideas? What are you looking at? What sort of metrics, volume, how you come up with ideas?
Well, I like to see who the runner, generally when I'm doing something like this, if I were to do it, I'm going to look if there's something new and hot where they're generating buzz. That means that there's always a cheaper or better version that's right beneath them. So like, let's take, for instance, like there was a really hot little jumper of buzz regarding all of these AI tools. We were able to slip in there and do very, very well with lesser known, but offer more feature type quality products. So I think what I would do is figure out what's really hot right now. Like even when the rephrasers were coming out, like when phrase dropped and all these types of tools, like there was a nice, probably still is. So I think for the network, maybe I'd go over to AppSumo, think to yourself, like, what's hot right now? AI video editing software, that's hot right now. What else is hot right now? Oh, AI generated content, that's hot right now. Like what's hot that there's a big product that I can slide in with something that's cheaper, that offers more features that nobody knows about yet and push it through. Maybe that's where I would look. That's me though.
One other thing I want to ask you, Chris, obviously you're an SEO guy. Does it make sense to look out with SEO, or do you strictly kind of stick to what you know?
I personally stick to what I know.
I was just curious. I know a lot of guys that do some weird ass shit. I think Holly said before she done a niche, and I can't remember. It was something absolutely ridiculous, like hemorrhoids or something. And I was just wondering if you ever like dabbled in some like wild.
Nothing
niches.
Wild. I've done hosting. I've done VPS providers. Coupons for a plethora of different types of products that are well known, that it's easy, like they already have brand recognition. You're just trying to, tobacco coupons, all kinds of stuff like that. Nothing really crazy though. No, nothing crazy. Not like hemorrhoid cream or butt powder or anything like that, or, no. Probably profitable though.
Holly has chipped in that she targeted Black Friday deals, and the city several years ago did her mass page stuff, redirected it to Amazon, and it worked out quite nicely. So, yeah, try shit like that, see what you can do with it. I'm pretty sure Holly at certain points has looked at that stuff and went, will I get away with it? Will I not? And that is what you need to do. That's what I love about Holly. Not just because she's here, but she does try other weird stuff.
It's funny she said that. That's kind of like what we were looking at with the videos. Something similar to that, but utilizing video at scale with all kinds of offers. That's what we're gonna try this year. That's interesting she said that. Oh, that makes me feel even better. Like, oh, it worked that way. I wonder if it'll, because man, this video shoot right up to the top, man.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think Holly has also done the video thing as well. I'm pretty sure I've heard Holly talking about it. If not, it's someone else. But I'm almost certain Holly done that shit as well.
Because you have that day window, like where they shoot right up. So we're thinking we've crafted quite the list, and we're thinking, and we have enough channels now. I'm thinking we could probably pull something off. We're gonna give it a go. I'll let you know. If you don't see me for a month, you'll know, hey, Chris hit.
just to give people hope out, gloat in terms of how much money people earn and stuff. But is it feasible, in your opinion, to make 20K in a day on Black Friday?
Definitely.
Yeah, just because I think other people are not aware of the actual volume you can get. So yeah,
easy. Yeah, I'm looking for a little bit more than that. I think it would be easily feasible on a lower end salary in a day.
Yeah. Hopefully that gives people a bit of inspiration to go and do it. Live IRL fan makes a lot of money from Amazon affiliate. Keep doing it, mate. Keep doing it during Black Friday. Mr. Randy Rodé, he done Black Friday last year or the year before. I can't remember exactly when it was. And I think he was still fulfilling the orders in the January.
He still fulfilling?
He might even still be fulfilling, yeah. But I think he literally got absolutely smashed with. I don't know if it was last year, Randy. You'll be able to tell us when you've done one of your PR gigs, and you were literally complaining. I think your caster something similar, like, man, I'm still fucking doing 12-hour shifts to try and get through all the work.
That's awesome.
Glenart saying Black Friday sales are all execution. The sale has to be announced several days ahead, a day before and an hour before. The sale window has to be kept open for only 24 hours. Have to have a lost leader. Glenart, I want to ask more of this, right? So, in my opinion, and I might be completely wrong here, I have not always done that well on the actual Black Friday. It's been in the lead up to it before. But what I've always done is I've started it on the Thursday and I've let it run into Cyber Monday, which is like a 4-day window. And to be honest, I think Glenart's probably got a good point. I think you need to make it scarcity. People think they can just order it on a Sunday. They might just fuck off and, forget about your deal or whatever. So I think that being kept open for 24 hours could be a very good shout. But Chris, if you felt that, I genuinely felt that the Thursday before Black Friday was a lot better for me. I know that seems really weird, but Black Friday is probably the worst out of them all. I get a trickle over the weekend, and then I get a last bit on the Cyber Monday. How are you?
I 1,000,000,000,000% agree. I think it's the days leading up. I think that's where it's at. The early bird Black Fridays, like where it might be like 1% more or 1 point more or one better, or we have this special offer that's only right now. Those do very well. Yeah.
But I think Glenart makes a very good solid point here. Maybe we're all doing it wrong and maybe we should have it only for 24 hours or you've lost out. Would that generate more sales? Could be worth trying.
I don't know if it'd be worth it for me to. I don't know. I like to open up the window because some people wait till the last second. Some people are looking for that even better of a deal. Because I know I go looking a couple days before because I'm looking for, hey, we only have 20 at this, and then we're gonna do our normal deal or whatever. So, like, I'm waiting to see. I'm hoping that, yeah. I always like when there's some particular tools that I'm waiting to see what kind of deal they're gonna give me this year.
Yeah.
Because I'm still riding off last year's deals. And then when the new one comes in, I'll re-up. I'll pay a year up, and then we'll see where we're at. I like when they do that. Oh, we'll give you $30 off a month, and it's like, okay, I'll just buy it for the next year or so. I don't do that often, but when I do,
guys, if you haven't given us a like on the video, please can you do that for us? If you don't like the content, also feel free to give us a thumbs down. That also gives us a bit of engagement. But Michael is asking, do you have a favourite citation builder, Chris? Certainly the ones he's mentioned are not any of my favourites. What would be your favourite, or are you going to keep that to yourself for now?
My favorite is I actually like the Bright Local list, and I'm not saying that I utilize them for citations, but I did go around collecting their lists. But my favorite builder, his name's Hassan, and he builds those lists for me for a very good price. That's who I use.
Can you give us Hassan's email address?
No, but anybody can accomplish this by going around collecting those lists, figure out which ones are unpaid and paid. You should have a paid list too. And then, I think training somebody or showing somebody, hey, start building, and then who can do it faster. Give somebody a list of 50, give this guy a list of 50, maybe, and then this girl a list of 50. Who returns better and has better communication? Whoever is, you got the job now.
Yeah.
That's easy.
My favorite one is SEObuilder.com. He is a local guy based in Scotland. However, that's not the reason that I suggest him. I just genuinely think the way that he does his citations, the way that the business descriptions are spun and then forced indexed, does what we need the citation to do if you dig deeper into the benefits of citations and stuff like that. So that's the one I would recommend. It's also cost effective. I can't knock any of the other ones because I've not tried a lot of the other ones, but I've always stuck with SEO Builder for a good number of years now. So that's just another one to throw out there. Hopefully that helps you, Michael, when he does do them worldwide, even though he's based in Scotland. I think probably most of his clients are actually from over your side of the water, to be honest.
I do use Bright Local though for their aggregation submissions, because I signed up to all of, well, at least the old info group, I think it's called like Data Axle now. I signed up to see like what it would be for the packages to start submitting, and looking at that and seeing what they do, and then looking at Bright Local's submission for $60 to all three is more than fair. That's a fair price. That tells me that they're doing a lot, because they get that price point. Oh my gosh, they must be hand over fist. A lot of orders. Yeah, man.
Jason McLaughlin, the wheels are churning now. Let them churn, mate. Let us know how you get on with it. It's always good to hear feedback from what you tried and stuff like that. Randy Rodey saying, you bet, Black Friday is awesome, even if you do need to work for 2 months after it, really hard to fulfill the orders. Randy, I've got a question for you. Would you ever discount your services like that again? Because, again, I can promote a Chris Palmer course or whatever. It doesn't take me any more legwork, whether I sell one or sell 101 of them. Would you ever sell your own service again, Randy? Because obviously, the more you sell, the harder you need to work, because it's not all automated, I'm going to assume, and there's a lot of, hard work. So would you do what you've done again, or would you do something different? Just out of curiosity. Glenn Art saying Cyber Monday is Cyber Monday. It's a totally different sale event in my experience. So Chris, have you ever tried offering a Black Friday deal on a course, for example, and then something different for Cyber Monday?
For the coupons, yes. Not for anything SEO yet. Like the SEO or the trainings or the tools or whatnot, not so much. But Cyber Monday is when I go looking, usually if I want to build a new computer, if I want parts, or I like it for me and then for the coupons. So
Interesting.
Yeah, I usually have to, whatever. I usually ask my guy, my friend, hey, what do you want to do?
One last question I want to ask Glennart as well. Where in the world are you based, Glennart? Because I think America is much bigger for Black Friday than the UK. I'm just curious, in the experiences you've got, whether you're in the UK or the US, is Cyber Monday a much bigger thing? I'm not sure people in the UK, I don't think Cyber Monday's that big a thing. I think people align it with Black Friday, in my opinion, but I could be, again, wildly wrong. Curious to know where you are. And Glennart also says the other thing is going through the clutter of sales emails that you get on a Black Friday, which is absolutely outrageous. Jason McLaughlin, I think to answer this, I don't think everyone's got their pages and their deals 100% ready yet. I will certainly have a whole bunch of stuff, not necessarily me selling stuff, but any good deals that I find that I think offer value to the SEO community, whether that's a tool, an automation, or whatever, then I will have it in my Black Friday page. but it's not always about me. Other people will have great deals on there. Chris, would you agree with that, or is there somewhere we can look just now for deals?
I've been looking. Nothing yet. I mean, I just do a regular search like everybody. I didn't see anybody. I see a couple, but it looks like leftovers from last time, actually.
Yeah, I think a lot of the companies don't really give you the deal until a few days before Black Friday goes out. I think a lot of tool providers and stuff sit on it, and then at the last minute put it out there. So I think you just have to do that research a lot closer to the time. And Live IRL fans asking Holly to add YouTube videos to your embed network to rank higher in YouTube search. Crazy Gamers, the best way to make a PBN link. I'll let you do that one, Chris.
Best way to make a PBN link? Well, that's an interesting question. How it's laid out. The best way, in my opinion, is hire somebody or purchase from somebody. I like that picture too. It's really cool. Cobra, the Cobra, right? I would personally just go to somebody that has a large network that you trust and have them place it for you. That's the best way, is don't even worry about it. Worry about other things. I'd rather, take your 20 or 40 or $50, maybe 100, depending on the link, and have somebody do it for you.
Delegation. Don't do the grunt work.
Delegation.
Madge, how are you, buddy? I am dying from that event last week, Madge. I think you gave me some disease.
He gave you a disease.
He did. Madge was there, man. Someone fucking passed this shit on, man. Anyway, that was good to see you, Madge, last week. Glennart, no problem at all, mate. Justin Weaver asks, is it now possible to create Web 2.0 blogs and post content automatically? Now, it is possible, but Chris, is there a lot of value in that, in your opinion?
So I think that maybe if you're doing maps or whatnot, I think that there can be some value in distribution. I think that there's value there. I mean, if you can fit it into your process and make it seamless and make it easy and make it not too time consuming, I think the most of the time consumption is the setup. So there are some providers out there you're probably going to pay a little bit to have the piece set up. But I think once you have that, and if it's just a part of submission or if it's automatic, it can be very helpful for sure.
The man with the dodgy shirt is back. Thank you very much, Chase. Make money online with Chase Rayner. Do check him out. Good, solid guy, and certainly knows his stuff. And nice to see that you've not changed that picture, Chase. I love that picture. It is class. But going back to this, I think it fits into a part of a strategy. People do use Money Robot, SEO Autopilot, and all that kind of stuff, and have custom bits plugged in and all this stuff. So it can work for you, but it's just where that fits into the mix is the thing. So yeah, people still use it. Justin's also asking, what affiliate networks for earning would you recommend to an SEO guy? So Chris, I over the years have primarily always worked with don't get me wrong, I've done a couple with CG affiliates and stuff, but primarily always done kind of private deals and like your SEMrushes and various other things. Is there a better network for an SEO guy, in your opinion?
I nothing's better than private. Maybe I think doing private is probably the best for an SEO guy. I think that's where you're going to find the most of your margins at. I do run some campaigns through, let me see this here, Click Junction or whatnot. I guess that's what it's called. I've been running from some leads through there. They do some pay-per-call stuff in there, which is pretty interesting. So I don't know, maybe try them out. CJ.com.
That's CG Affiliates, I think.
Yeah.
So that's the one I've used, but I'm not big on doing the big affiliate networks or anything like that. I've always went private just because
Are they big?
CJ is probably the one of the biggest affiliate networks in the
Oh,
world. Yeah.
that's why I was being hesitant. I just that's why I have a couple offers running through there for some sites. I do some pay per lead type deals through there. I like you know, they pay, they're honest. I don't ever worry. It's there. I like that.
Here's the thing I would add to this. Now, if you're going to use an affiliate network, they have affiliate managers who quite simply don't want to pay out. So if you're going to be doing anything funky in the slightest, you better watch, because you can get banned off of these guys very, very quickly. By that, I've done CG affiliates and I've done cloaking on Bing ads and all that kind of stuff to hotel affiliates and whatnot, and made a fuck ton of money. But I've also woke up and had a pot of money that's basically been taken back off of me, and I could never get it back. So with these affiliates, if you're going to use dodgy tactics, which you may not, but these affiliate managers are out to get you. Basically, as an affiliate, they don't want to pay you. They're always going to try and grind you down and come up with stupid rules and
Always
all of this stuff. So that is the the thing. One, if a tool provider comes to me, they'll say, Craig, are you interested in promoting this? Right, what's the tool? Can I look at it? Can I try it out? If they say no to that, I'm not interested at that point. But the first question is, how long's the cookie policy and all this kind of stuff? There's so many cookie policies that are designed to shaft naive affiliates. So you need to be very, very wary of how those cookie policies work and stuff as well, especially with those bigger networks. And I don't want to be running down networks. I'm sure there's a few fair ones, but they are designed to let you do the donkey work and get paid the
you go back and like, I sent 1,500 over here. 13%. Instead, all of a sudden, what's going on? Oh, like you love that. So I'm sure he'll be right back. Probably just cut out there for a second. So Randy says, sure, planning to do it. Some offers. LY BOGO, bring your own buy one, get one. Oh, okay. Okay. Not bad. That sounds good. I like that. Buy one, get one. Okay, going down the list here. Glenart says USA is number one. I don't blame you. USA is number one. No, go ahead. Uh-oh. What are you on Wi-Fi? Uh-oh, it's breaking up bad. I hope it's not me.
What you
Uh-oh. Yeah. Yep. We can't hear you. It's just cracking out there. Mega lag. Live IRL says mega lag. So I'll read through them while you reconnect. Mark Rouse says, hello. Hello to you, Mark. Good to see you. Randy, quite the lag. Yeah. Hey, these things happen. Live IRL says the AI finally took control of Craig and Chris. Maybe a little.
I am back this time from the mobile phone tethering.
Oh, there we are. Yep, plugged in.
Plugged in again, paid the bill. It's just not going well for me at all today. But Randy's doing the same offer as last year if you're wanting PR. Madge also does PR. Check it out, magicpr.com. Randy is that miserable and tight that he only gives out a deal once a year on a Black Friday. So check it out.
Must be a good one.
Holly has Black Friday sales every week. Not every year.
Week. Yeah.
I use PBNs, Crazy Gamers. Chris, do you?
Yes.
PBN's done properly, though. Not some ropey PBN.
Yeah, I use cheap ones, good ones, both. Depends on the tier.
It looks like Holly Starks is doing KGR and Black Friday. For anyone who doesn't know what KGR is, Chris, do you believe in the keyword golden ratio?
It's not something that I implement. Do I think that it could be useful? Sure, absolutely.
Check it out, guys. If it works for Holly, we always want to tap into it and add it to our processes. I got it too, Adam Paul. Oh, you're not well as well. Honestly, dude, everyone from that fucking event is dying. Like, literally dying. So SU Underground was a good event, but bad for health reasons. Glenart is USA is number one for Black Friday. Big box retailers in the USA started the trend, opening up to the sale day thanks to Thanksgiving Day. I first seen Black Friday over here on the news when like Tesco were doing a deal on a TV and literally people were grabbing like the last TV off of each other, literally fucking punching each other in the aisle of the supermarket, fighting over the stuff. So that's how it rocks over here.
It's kind of like when that Elmo came out. Remember a long time ago? Remember watching those Walmart videos? I used to trampling each other. I never wanted a TV that bad, you know? Jeez.
And
people are crazy. They'll do the craziest things to save $40.
Yeah, exactly. We all like a deal. I don't care who you are. Everyone likes a fucking deal. Madge is claiming he's the innocent one. I'm not so sure. But someone needs to get the blame. Chase Rayner looks like the head of YouTube gaming. Ugly Sweaters is a good affiliate for Christmas. I was going to slag Chris's clothes off there, but he's not actually got a sweater on. So
today.
There's a new strain that's spreading in the UK. So yeah, the COVID is going through the roof over here, man. There's like 50,000
variants
instances a day.
That's insane.
The numbers are going back up, man. But Chris Glidden, Thirsty Chase with his super chat thirst, yo. Super chat thirst is always good. Stud Muffin, what do you think of the new Batman trailer?
Didn't see it. Yeah.
Bits of the new Batman were filmed in Glasgow, believe it or not.
No, I didn't. I don't ever. Wow, I haven't even looked up. I didn't even know there was a new Batman. Sheesh.
So yeah, check it out, guys. Would it work? Holly, there's a question for you. Boom boom. I'm facing an indexing issue on my new website, adding new articles, but they are in discovered, currently not indexed, and crawled, currency not indexed. Did a manual request, no luck. Any tips in this instance, Chris?
So you're facing an indexing issue on your site, and you're adding new articles, but they are in discovered, but not indexed and crawled. Well, how's the internal linking going to those pages? How far back in the subfolders are they? I would take a look at the on page and the internal linking first. Also take a look at the current SERP. I mean, are you producing blog posts inside of location-based SERPs? And are you matching, like, is everybody else have 2,000 word articles and you're trying to get a 200 word article in there? I know that's more down the road. Like, that's not the most important thing, but I think internal linking, making sure you're writing the right type of posts, those type of things. I run into those kind of issues. And that's about it. And then I think too, just your regular submissions, like submit it XML, do a HTML sitemap, make sure that they're in there, make sure you're submitting them, make sure you're crawling them, make sure there's no problems technically. Like, you don't have like a no follow, no index tag on the page, do you? You know, but internal linking, make sure you have the right pages, make sure you have the right type of word counts in there, make sure it's right, and submit it. And then I think you'd probably pick back up after that.
Yeah. There's a lot of if, buts, and maybes in there.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
haven't actually seen it, and we don't know how long this has not been indexing for. Are you being impatient? But also, that famous WordPress one, if you have had a website developed by a developer who might have had the little box ticked under the settings on WordPress, then go to general, and down at the bottom, I think it is. I can't remember if it's on that page because my head's fried, but down there, it will tell you, make sure that's not ticked as well, because sometimes developers do that shit. And then they migrate your website over and you're sitting there hoping for the best. And before you know it, you look at something really simple and you're just like, fuck. So
what did I do?
Yeah, check the basics as well. That's the point I'm trying to make. So hopefully the lag is fixed, guys. Mark Rose is here. Chase made it lag. That shirt took up a lot of bandwidth, so yeah. Stefan is giving Boom Boom advice on there, sending links from it. Chris sounded like Stephen Hawkins. IRL fan, Holly said yes to the question you asked earlier. Just doing a little DDoSing. Naughty boy. Chase is giving advice. Untitled keyword is the ultimate keyword difficulty check. Would you agree with that one, Chris? Do you use the untitled?
I mean, that's not the very first thing, but sometimes to check just to see how many people are sitting up there, how many people are optimized. Sometimes that's not part of the process, though. Usually,
cool. Live IRL fan. You guys should get a room. You and Holly Starks. Holly's saying it works on any term. Boom Boom. I've done internal linking, but thanks, I will recheck. Zeddy Electrical, how are you? And Dan Jones. Guys, we are at the last question, so make sure we've still got 12 minutes left. Make sure you get your questions in. Please do give us a like and subscribe on the channel and on the video. Even if you don't like us, put a thumbs down. Dan Jones is asking, what's your top 5 Web 2.0 platforms, Chris?
Well, if we're just trying to find 5, I think that's based on the niche that you're in. So what keywords are you targeting? So I would base the ones that I would be using off of which ones are being rewarded by Google. So take your keyword list. So, best lawyer LA, top lawyer in LA, local lawyers near, right? Go through those and then take a look at those results and see which one is Google actually rewarding. And those would be your top ones that I would use for that SERP. I don't think that there's just a master list. I think it depends on the SERP. Depends.
Yeah, it depends.
I wouldn't just.
We hate that answer, Chris.
I would figure out the ones that are actually being rewarded. Not every single one is actually going to have value. I don't think, because if that was the case, then everybody would be, it would be make it easier. There's a lot of manual Web 2.0 builders out there. You could go get lists of 100 built for what, $15, $12. So I'd find the ones that actually have value and build those.
Interesting. Just checking. No other questions as yet, guys. As I say, 10 minutes left. If you do, it's a quiet bunch today, Chris. Do you find that with a lot of yours, the guys go quiet after a while? Should we be mixing up the content? Should we be doing something different? Give us feedback, guys.
Generally, yeah. I think that, lurkers lurk. They want to see what we're chatting about, see what other questions are, because it only takes one little. You never know. Sometimes it does go silent, though.
Yeah, no, I think a lot. I think a lot of people say to me, like after it, they watch it like in the evening and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not sure everyone watches it live, but guys, do keep the questions coming. Holly, am I coming over to Vegas? I am probably 5% going to be there. The reason being is the event's on the 10th to the 13th of November, and I think the US are opening up to the UK on the 8th of November. I'm not sure if there's going to be a mad crazy rush or if there's going to have to be a whole lot of red tape, but what I would say is I'd love to be there, and I could be doing with a cheeky week in the sun. So if there is any possibility of me hopping on a flight over there, then I will be there. But as I say, I'm not that hopeful because they're literally opening up 2 days before the event starts. So, and again, I don't know what shit you need to give or do or whatever. I'm double jabbed and all that, so I'm ready to go. So yeah,
I guess me and Holly are gonna have to rent a Lambo and drive around for the day.
Mate, you have to. None of this hiring a scooter bullshit. Get a fucking real car, and chill out with the lad. And as Holly says, they may push it back again too. So yeah, it's borderline for me, Holly, to the point where I'm not that hopeful. I've already told Dory that I'll probably be sending in a pre-recorded video anyway. But as I say, even if they play my pre-recorded video and I can go over there for beers and just get fucked up, then I'd be a happy man. So Holly will rent a Pinto for us. But going back to Stefan's question, saw Chris's video about Microsoft Clarity just now. Any initial thoughts, Chris?
No, I think it's a cool tool. It does what it says. I'm playing around with it. It seems as though I think it does what it says. I think you'll love it. Play around with it. The initial thoughts are it does what it says. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, man.
I'll need to give it a check out because I've not even heard of it. But I've been away for the past couple of weeks, so
yeah. So they Microsoft came out with a heat map and site recordings. So like like a Hotjar, but it's free right inside of the Webmaster Tools. One strip of code in there, and then boom, and it's within 2 hours you have it starts feeding you results. It's pretty cool, man.
I think actually I was doing I was speaking at another conference today online, and people were talking about it, and I think if Microsoft are investing in that type of ability and maybe try and take some of the market share, I don't personally like the fact that Google have the monopoly and we literally all have to jump through hoops. So it would be nice if they'd done things like this and people jumped over there and, you could get some better traffic from Bing. So I like what they're doing. I don't think, as a marketer in general, I think any kind of evolution like that is always welcome, and hopefully, it might put. I'm Google are still going to have the fucking monopoly. Let's not kid ourselves. But
yeah,
you've got to have that hope that maybe Bing could get 30-40%. I'm not sure, but maybe that's wishful thinking.
And two, but think of and business. I mean, if that starts being a big hit and they start pushing, Google will just do their own. And they're in cahoots. Everything auto syncs, like they're like one and the same. And you want to know it's some good reading too. Like everybody talks about those Google patents, man. You want to see some good stuff, man? Check out Microsoft stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look about it. I'll just write myself a note.
Like Google has like 42 companies, so you're like looking through different, like all the it's craziness. Microsoft's pretty I don't know. It's interesting.
Randy Roday, thank you very much. Johnny Dallas is a stud. Episode of Crime Lord, which I was in, is out now on YouTube for anyone that's interested in that shit. I've done it for an IMDb link to be fair, but I've got myself a couple of parts in it, so all good. Dan Jones, Chris, can you give us a couple of top tips for setting up a PBN? I know you said delegate it earlier on, but if Dan's not in a position to delegate it, what are the top 3 things that you want to avoid with your PBN?
So I would make sure that I would get a really good quality VPS, right? Or a decent VPS. So different VPS. I'd mix up the registrar. So registrar, also the name on the registrar that you're showing as a who is. So the name there, registrar, hosting, and then too, like I wouldn't go stacking them up. Like I wouldn't buy like, I don't know if I would stack up the same. Oh, and then too, one more thing too, I would pay the extra $2 for the dedicated IP for that particular VPS. Registrar, hosting, get your own IP. I think that's about it. It's top 3. That was 3. That ought to do
it. Mr. Mike Pierce is, he's given me some sympathy. Social scoring for the win. We have a question for you, Chris. Anyway, guys, you know Mike Pierce, I've got to give him a shout out anyway. NFG from NFG SEO.com /7. You can check those guys out over there. Good, solid guys, and you'll also know them from my show on a Tuesday. But Anatoly, Chris, so I'm going to match you guys up. So Anatoly wants you to speak in his podcast. Now, you probably get asked on a regular basis, Chris, to speak in podcasts, and sometimes you just can't reply to them and all that stuff. So I get it. What I would say is Anatoly has a good podcast that gets you exposure to a new audience, a good, solid audience. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. Have I been on twice, Anatoly? Can't remember. But genuinely, you don't want to miss out on that opportunity, Chris, because I think you can offer a lot of value to that community. And likewise, increase your own thing. So don't ignore that one. Anatoly, shoot him a message on Facebook and harass him.
And then too, if I'm looking, Chris at Chris Palmer Marketing, I would send me one and just put speak at podcast as the title line or whatnot. If you've emailed me or something and I looked over it, the VA probably just pushed it into the not sales, because she'll only keep this, like, sales or clients are the only ones I see. Everything else gets pushed into a folder, and maybe once a week I'll look. So, just so we're all on, that's how I do it. I try to limit my time, to be honest with you. If it's not a client or new money, I don't look, honestly.
I get it. I get messages every other day. You should have this guy in your show. There's companies doing outreach to get people on podcasts, and I get battered with that shit. So you can lose messages. But final question of the day, guys, from Mr. Paul Delaney. Hope you're both well. I'm dying here, Paul. I need some sympathy, if you don't mind giving me some. This is an interesting question I've been asked several times over the last few weeks. Meta titles are being changed by Google. Is it worth rewriting them to match what Google is changing them to, or are you wasting your time at the moment, Chris? Because I know at the moment, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's making a huge amount of difference to what they're changing them to. Would you change your title tags based on what Google is showing at the moment?
Well, that's a two-piece. The title tag's one of the most important places on the page, right? What they're showing in the SERP doesn't mean that that's what I would add it, but I would make sure I have my keywords in there. So put your keywords in there, but make sure you're, do whatever they want, maybe up at the front, but make sure you're getting in those keywords and your variations at the end. Craig, I actually have a client call right now. She just told me, like, hey, don't forget that call.
No, we'll let you shoot off then, Chris. It is a pleasure as always, and we will be back next week, guys. So Chris, go to your client call and we'll catch up later on.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Craig. It's good to see you. I hope
you
get well.
Thank
Everything
you.
You'll be all good. Kick your feet up. Have drink some water. Take a break.
I will.
All right, brother. Thank you all for coming
later
on. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate you, bro.
Cheers.
Thank you, man. Goodbye.
See ya. Dan Jones, I am dying with the flu. Just so you know. And I thought I was going to be sick there. Mike is saying if your tag has been rewritten, it could screw your CTR. Fix your own page. So hopefully that gives you some food for thought, Paul. But on that note, guys, thank you very much for coming on and giving us all the questions. Big thanks to Mike and Chase Rayner for their very charitable donations. Makes me feel a lot better. But guys, we will catch you again same time next week, and we'll speak to you all soon. Cheers, guys.